men of all arts and sciences one day came to each other, and it was Albert Einstein and Charlie Chaplin. And then they spoke. Chaplin told Albert Einstein that he is so great that no one understands him, but everyone believes him. And those are words. And then Einstein contested. Einstein told Chaplin that no, my friend, your talent is greater. For you spoke so little, and yet the world is moved by your actions purely. And they all understand you. And those are actions. And that is the greatest accolade for the meaning that actions still are speaking louder than words. Because more than machinery, we need humanity. And more than cleverness, we need gentleness and kindness. Without these qualities, life will be violent and all will be lost. And even now, as I speak to you in this humble room, millions of despairing men, women, and children are still suffering among dictators, terrorism, and abusive use of power. But do not despair, because the misery that is upon us all is all but a passing of greed and the bitterness of men who fear the way of human progress. These are men who have brought up themselves into progression, that they succumb to the malpractice of their own ideas. These men that still corrupt ourselves are the wrong kind of active people, are the wrong kind of active leaders that are found in our community. My friends, as long as men shall die in the name of greatness, liberty shall never perish. As you know, this power of being an active citizen, as an active leader, brought to us the downfall of martial law. It was the same power that brought people out in the open. It was the same activeness of individuals that put themselves in the lines of fire and in front of all the military men, in protesting and contesting a dictator back in the Marcos regime. It was the same power in the 80s that brought down the walls of Berlin and gave the people freedom and democracy in order to progress themselves, in order to practice themselves as free men. And my friends, it is the same power that brought to them, it's the same power of power that was used in the silencing of guns in the 70s. It was the famed act of people volunteering in their colorful shirts to be out in the open, not to riot, but to rally themselves up in unison of their ideas. My friends, it is the same act of activism that brought you out, that brought people out to represent the meek at heart, to represent the weak. It is that power, my friends, of activism that each and everyone shall possess. Not that it is found amongst everyone, but it can be brought out to each of us. My friends, as you know, the practice of cowardice, the practice of cowardice and the practice of competence, being laid back among bad habits, traditions that put us in the hot seats, traditions that broke down humanity as proven in the past. These traditions should be eradicated, and this is already solely proven that it will be eradicated when these traditions are brought out by activism, volunteering, being an idealist, and thinking in radical ways. Because the unparalleled thinking of men is the greatest way that one shall consider and kept into practice. Because as we know, that these are the same acts that brought down dictators, that brought down political regimes, that was used in malpractice by so many families, by so many dynasties out in the past, and it is still rampant as of today. And what we do now is we come out, we talk in summits like this, we talk by peace, we use dialogues, we use the people, we use our actions we explain them, we show them, and we represent each other, that we have each other's back. It is practiced in the Marine Corps, that in the Marines, you do not think of yourselves, but you think of the people beside you. You think of the other person. Because as the other person progresses and gets safe, you are also safe because the next guy and the other and your platoon will also look out for you. My dear ladies and gentlemen, it is the practice of always being faithful in every divergent we see, ladies and gentlemen, that in the end, we will slowly progress by activism. When you put yourselves in the representation of everyone, you put yourselves in the representation of the cowards, you put yourselves and stand up in the representations of those who are bullied, and you stand up for all those who are hurt and bothered and all who are dismayed. For at the end of that day, ladies and gentlemen, we will all progress. There will be a better community for everyone.
The speaker for 6 minutes.